up, guys? It is Saturday evening and Keith and I just got back from going for a hike slash finishing our grocery shopping for the week. And yesterday I had the desire to pick up a leek from the grocery store, and we're gonna make some potato and leek soup. And I'm really excited. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight, and I'm cooking it in the InstaPot. Never cooked soup in the InstaPot before, so we're gonna see how this goes, and I'm just gonna kind of share what I'm doing here. Okay, so for starters, I bought 5 potatoes originally to use for the soup, but they're kind of giant. So I'm just gonna use 4 pretty large potatoes. We'll definitely have leftovers. 1 onion. We have this leftover half of a red bell pepper, which I think will be delicious in it, so I'm gonna put that in there. And then this giant leek, definitely not gonna use this whole thing. But yeah, I'm going to wash and cut up, for starters, the leeks, onions, and peppers, and we're gonna get those sauteing in the InstaPot with some coconut oil. So I just turned the InstaPot on saute. I guess that means it's ready. It's got a little fire guy. Usually the only thing we really do in here is cook, like pressure cook things. And I'm just gonna eyeball some coconut oil, just to get like a, you know, a decent amount to saute some veggies. Not too much though, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, maybe 2 tablespoons in there just to coat that. And I'm just gonna let that heat up while I finish cutting my vegetables. Okay, so we finished chopping up, like I said, our onions, half of that leftover pepper, and some leeks. So we're gonna just go ahead and put them in the InstaPot that we preheated. And it obviously gets fast really quick. And just gonna get those veggies, you know, nice and soft and start to caramelize the onions and the peppers. And in the meantime, we're gonna wash and peel our potatoes. Water just to soften up these veggies, and I'm going to add some salt to this mixture as well as some pepper. So I added a little bit of salt there. Don't have any pepper, but I might just add a couple shakes of this all-purpose seasoning, which is really good. So I think I'm going to give the vegetable mix maybe like 2 or 3 more minutes. Got my potatoes peeled, ready to go in, and I just wanted to mention, if you do not have one of these kitchen utensils, it's literally a peeler, you have to get one. It's the best thing ever. You can peel apples, potatoes, so much better than just using a paring knife for like anything that you have to peel, or, you know, even if you're making a repeat carrot salad, great to shred your carrots with this. Super convenient. Highly recommend getting one of these. Yeah, it's smelling really good.
Smelling good.
Willie? What do you think, girl? Huh? Does it smell good in here? It does, huh? You like food. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the vegetable mixture here. So now we're gonna kind of just add the rest of the ingredients. So I have this already opened can of coconut milk, so it's about half a can. So just half a can of coconut milk. First I'm gonna add my water. So our filter, we didn't fill it up. So I have, hello, about 12 ounces, I'll put that in. But I also have this bottled water here that I'm gonna put in. Don't want to put too much water, but definitely want to make sure the potatoes are covered. So about 12 ounces. Gonna put this can of coconut milk in to make it creamy. If you can do dairy, you know, you could just add regular milk here. But like I said, it's half a can, so it's probably 7 ounces. Alright. And I'm gonna add the potatoes now, just so I don't put too much water in. Really glad I did not cut up 5 potatoes, because this is a lot of freaking potatoes. Mine are kind of sticking together a little bit because I don't have the best knife. Well, really, we just need to sharpen it, but okay, so got the potatoes, and I'm just gonna kind of cover the potatoes in the water. It has a max line. I say this is a good amount of water. Can you see it? The water?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can see it.
Awesome. Okay, and just to marry all the flavors, I'm gonna add some more salt. You know, you just wanna make sure before you, like I said, I've never cooked anything like this in the InstaPot before, so I'm kind of just guessing, but I assume that you wanna put everything in there before you pressure cook it. So salt kind of marries all the flavors together. We're just gonna put some salt in. Some more salt. We like salt. Won't be too salty. I think that's enough, Keith. And then there is a secret to making anything, any kind of soup with potatoes. Keith knows the secret. Maybe. He might have forgotten, but I'll show you after it's done cooking. So now that we got all of our ingredients in, I'm gonna lock this bad boy up. And there's actually a soup setting on here. Let me see. Cancel the saute, and I'm gonna put it on soup. Yeah. So I'm guessing what the screen says is good. It says P for pressure, so I guess that's a good sign. And I think it's gonna take about 30 minutes, I'm not sure. Usually once you set the setting, it pops up with a time. So I will see you soon. Just kidding, I'm back. So we're not actually just having potato soup for dinner, because that's not sustainable at all. So currently I have set some shrimps out, aka prawns if you're Australian. Keith doesn't eat shrimp because we think he might be allergic. We're not 100%. But these are wild caught shrimp. They do have their shells on them. But I'm just going to set them out. I'm going to steam them once the soup gets closer to being done. So this is kind of like my protein, and then we have my carbs and my fat in the soup. And then Keith has some scallops thawing that he'll just saute up. So yeah, that's going to be the rest of our meal. So while we're waiting for the soup to cook, Keith and I are going to meditate. We've got 9 minutes on the soup. Keith and I have meditated, and looks like Keith's putting his scallops on. I'm totally feeling inspired in making this video by Jennifer Garners Pretend cooking show. If you haven't seen that on YouTube, check it out. Go check out the Pretend cooking show or whatever by Jennifer Garner, because one, it's entertaining and it's freaking hilarious, but also kind of helpful like in making things. But you know, this is kind of like Maggie's Pretend cooking show. Got a pot, some water on here. Just gonna put my shrimp in there. Let them get nice and delicious. Looks like it's done. One thing that you have to remember with the InstaPot is it takes time to pressurize one, but also depressurize. So yes, it only took like 20 or 30 minutes once it got up to pressure, but it did take time to pressurize. So lots of people are like, oh, it's so quick to use an InstaPot, but it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to depressurize and probably like 10 to 15 to pressurize. So let's get this pressure out. So I took the lid off. It smells delicious. And now for the secret trick. So whenever making potato soup, gonna grab a fork, and to make it like nice and creamy, you can actually mash some of your potatoes in there. Not all of them, because you don't want it to just be mashed potatoes, but if you get maybe 35% of them mashed, you'll have a nice creamy soup here. Lily, do you smell the yummy soup? So I'm just going to continue to mash, and we'll see where we get. So it is totally Monday, and Keith and I, we made that potato soup on Saturday, and so we ate it Saturday night for dinner, and we also both ate it yesterday for lunch, and then I had a serving for lunch today, and there's one serving left. So we got quite a lot out of that soup, which is super awesome, because like I said, sometimes we just get busy, and making those big meals just makes eating quality, homemade, healthy food so much easier. And I'm really grateful for that. So that was the first thing I've ever made like that in the InstaPot, but I'm sure I will have a lot more recipes to come. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment below of anything you'd like me to create a video about in the future.